G'day everyone. This plant here is Haemanthus Coccineus. It comes from South Africa. The name broken down comes from a Greek words. Haemanth is blood, and anthos is flower, and Coccineus is a Latin word meaning red or scarlet. It's a bulbous plant. And the flower actually, this drops its leaves, and the first thing that pops up around late spring, early summer is the flower. Then once the flower's been pollinated, it will start pushing out the leaves. And as you can see, this is it's flowered, and not all of them got pollinated, as you can see. These ones here have been pollinated. I'm waiting for them to finish to actually get ripe before I pluck them off, because the fruit itself end up becoming translucent. Actually, I've got some. Some husks. They're the pods, the fruit, the fleshy part, and I'll wait for them to become translucent so you can actually see the seed. That's letting me know that they're ready to pick. These plants here, there are two pots here. This plant here I've had for 18 years. And I only bought one bulb actually, and she's multiplied. There's about how many? 1, 2, 3, 4. About, I don't know, maybe about 8 in that one. And yeah, so I've had that plant there for 18 years. It'd be nearly due to repot it. Actually, I wonder. Oh, there's a seed. I missed this. That's the seed off the Haemanthus. I must have dropped it when I was picking up some of the fruit. And this one here, it was actually the bulbs were given to me. There's quite a fair few in this pot. There's, I think, 12. A bit too much for this pot. But yeah, so it's flowered, and they look really fantastic because, you know, you get these flowering spikes come up, and they're sort of like, they're not red, but they're more like an orangey colour, but they class it as red. So it must be like a pale red. But anyway, yeah, and the bees pollinate flowers. And this type of plant, it's actually great for catching water. If you look down below some of these, yep, this one here, it's got water catch. So I suppose in South Africa, if it's a bit dewy, the water would actually land on the leaves. Droplets would land on the leaves and go sort of like focus inwards to the plant. This plant's very easy to grow from seed. I've done pretty good in propagating a lot of seeds from these plants, and I don't mind. Normally they're just easy to grow. That's why I don't mind growing these. You know, just put them in the soil and they come up. And these are not just the only ones I've got. Like I said, I've propagated these when they first started to flower quite a few years ago, and I've got some ones that are nearly as big as these ones that I've got here. So they're just over here. And there's quite a fair few in here. I think there'll be, I don't know, close to maybe 80, maybe more, I can't really tell. But yeah, these ones here are around about, say, 5 years old, 5 to 6 years old. They actually need to be repotted into something a bit larger. The tub they're in at the moment, they're starting to squeeze it outwards. And I've got some more over this way. These ones here are about 3 years old, and there's plenty there. So yeah, so that's from about 3 years old. And then I've got some more. I think these were about 4 years old. I've got these in a different pot. I split them up a bit, and yeah, I'll go over to the other ones that the same, or well, actually the same 4-year-old plants. And they're over here in this. Yeah. So hopefully they'll stay in this pot for quite a few more years. They're not that big. They could stay in this pot for at least another, say, 3 to 4 years. So yeah, they're the 4-year-old plants. Then I've got ones that I just planted last year. And I actually got a peach tree growing in there. Yeah, so yeah, these would be about, how old? They've actually about over a year. These would be definitely over a year old. And there's quite a fair few in there. Jeez. But they look really great when they're clumped up like that. That one there, these ones here, and these ones in a pot. But you know, they don't mind being sort of like pot bound a bit, but it just makes it harder trying to get them out of the pot later on, like these ones over here. This first pot here, you can actually see the pot's deformed, so it'd be all bulbs, not really much soil. Yeah, like I said, they start to flower around late spring, early summer, and like once they pollinated, they'll start pushing their leaves up. So at the moment we're in the start of winter, so they'll go through winter, and I won't water them at all. Whatever they get out with the rain and whatever, I just leave them. If the trays tend to get too much water, I tip it out so they're not consistently sitting in water. The other trays, the blue tubs over there, they just drain out. But these ones, I've got trays underneath it. And this one's not so bad, but the other one's fairly deep and it holds a fair bit of water. So I come summertime, I try not to water them. Actually, not summertime, early spring, late winter, when they go into dormancy. I try not to water them as much, and like I said, I just leave them be. If they get too much, I'll just tip it out. But they're easy to grow. You know, look, you can just use your ordinary potty mix. You know, because I've got some in the ground, but the soil's got a bit of sandy loam in it, so it's fairly loose and well drained. But yeah, I've got another Haemanthus. It's the white flower, but it keeps its leaves. It doesn't drop. The leaves don't die back like this one. The other one actually keeps its leaves, and the flower is a white flower, not as large as the Coccines, but I'll do a video on that one. She's flowering at the moment, so yeah, I'll go over there and I'll just give you a quick glimpse of what they look like. Oh, another thing also about the Coccines, they can tolerate cold weather, say down to 1 Celsius, but anything up below that, you need to bring the plants in if it freezes, because they won't tolerate getting to that cold weather. But yes, well, we here in Melbourne, we normally drop down to about 1 Celsius every now and then, but because they're in pots and they're on the concrete, they don't get down to that temperature. So yeah, but yeah, cold hardy to 1 Celsius. All right, catch. Cheers.